Hi folks, it's Dr. Wichterman here. I have tried to make this video probably 20 times, and I keep stumbling over my words, in part because I see this video as terribly important, because it's my introduction of myself to you. Not because I care about what people think of me, but I want you to have an accurate view of who I am. So I am your instructor for this course. I'm making this video for all of my courses. I do it every couple of years to update students on who I am and what to expect with me. And so I want to tell you about who I am and then maybe talk about discussion board expectations and some of those kind of things so that you can have a clear picture. I've been at Colorado Christian here for 7 years. It's the best job I've ever had. Next month it'll be 7 years full. So I'll be into my 8th, which I'm very proud of. I don't get proud of a lot of things, but that I'm proud of. This is a great place to be. The program has an incredible impact, and the leadership that Dr. Burkhart gives us and the joy of working with faculty and people like I get to work with every day is both humbling and makes me very proud that I get this opportunity. Been here 7 years, taught 3 years at a school here in Michigan. Before Dr. Phillip called me up and said, hey, come look at this job. We did our PhDs together, she, Dr. Knox, and I. And then professional practice, as far as clinical work, I did 8.5 years in home. Some of the hardest situations you've ever seen, difficult poverty, chaos, mental illness, drug abuse, legal involvement, all those kind of things. I was in court every week. In family court. It wasn't like the full-on thing, but family court. And then I worked at community mental health, which was that first 5.5 years was in home, 3 years was outpatient, but it was the same. How do I say this so it doesn't sound wrong? But class of people, like lower income, higher chaos. Not all people with low income are high chaos. It's just that was that group. Okay, I don't want to sound discriminatory. They were largely lovely people. The vast majority of them lovely people, just really hard times. Okay. And then I've done 9-ish years. I'm starting my 18th year here this month, I think, if I'm doing the math right. Working in outpatient settings in Christian clinics. And so I do a lot of EMDR work. I've done neurofeedback. I've done some RABT. I've done some CBT. I don't like CBT as much. I need to do more RABT. But I work a lot of trauma cases. So adults who've been abused, car accidents, closed head injuries. What else have I done lately? Ooh, cheating spouses. They have trauma from cheating spouses. Physical abuse, traumatic incidents, natural disasters, that sort of thing. I've done work with those kind of folks. And I've seen great success with EMDR. If you're interested in that sort of thing, EMDR is a great treatment option. A lot of people do it. It's very popular these days. But there are several other good ones, like trauma-focused CBT. I'm forgetting the one where you look at it with your eyes. Brain spotting. Those kind of things, all really good options as well. And sometimes people do more than one. Dr. Knox here in our program does neurofeedback and EMDR at the same time. That's what I did for a while until my load was so small that I couldn't keep. It's expensive to do. Okay. So within the program, I have written the Spiritual Formation Retreat, and Theological Foundations courses. The idea of integration, though I don't love the term because I don't think it's something that can be practically done, is terribly important. That is, we build ourselves from the foundation of Christ, and it's our framework as well, so we don't fall away from it. And then how do we approach the field from that perspective? We actually presented on it recently at a conference, and feedback was mixed. It's a hot topic for people, and I think it's sensitive too. And I remember being just exceptionally tired during that presentation, so I can't say that I have a really clear picture of how it went. But we're still working on it, trying to publish it, that sort of thing. We got a lot of good feedback, I know that. Sometimes you just need feedback, and so we're going to make some changes to it. Anyway, I'm kind of the guy within the program, though there are several of us that do it. I'm the head of the discipleship committee, and I'm trying to put some of these things into practice, and so I've kind of been given the role of leading out on some of those things, though there are plenty of people with seminary degrees and experience. There was a couple of pastors in our program. And so a lot of times I feel like I'm the least qualified for it, but I've been given that position. Okay, so what to expect in class? I like to laugh instead of cry, though I do cry sometimes. But I'd like to laugh myself through difficult topics. And I don't mean things that are like it's inappropriate to laugh through, but things like research class. Like, we're going to laugh or we're going to cry. We're going to do this or we're going to, right? And I like to have fun with the topics. I like to have fun with the information, but I also like to take it very seriously. So it's like, let's have fun, but let's have high expectations. I also like to say I have standards, but I also like to meet you in a moment. And so if I can help you in some way, I really want to. When I say I want to help you develop as people, I mean it, but sometimes I have to hold you to a standard. All right? And sometimes I have to come down a little harder. And that's part of development too. This day and age, a lot of people think developing people is just being soft and gentle and kind all the time. And I want to do that. I want to be there for you. I want to be really supportive. But sometimes it's like, you need to hear this. You need to learn this. You need to put this into action. This needs to change. And I have that in my own life. My wife does that to me all the time. And then I have some other people that do it too. But who better than a spouse who you care about and trust, right? She's incredible. Let's see. I'm jumping all over, but I forgot to tell you, I have a wife and 4 kids. Been married 14 years. It'll be 14 next month, excuse me. We have a 11, 9, and 7, and an almost 4-year-old. He'll be 4 in June. We are busy. My wife homeschools, and she's a therapist as well. She practices 1 day a week. All right, back to the other. I want to tell you about discussion boards. I offer 3 options. It's in the directions, but you can look at this anyway. You can do the traditional discussion board, which is around 250 words for an initial post, and then around 150 words for at least 2 responses. The initial post has to have citations. I prefer them in the responses as well. And your responses cannot be, hey, you had a really good post, I loved it, and I agree with you, and I'm going to repeat everything you said, because it happens all the time. None of you would ever do that. But it happens. You're tired. You don't know what to say. Discussion boards can be tedious. Let's be honest. And so sometimes it's like, hey, that's a really good post. I wish I'd have said that. And then I'm going to repeat it in my own words. It happens. It just does. So it's all right. But it's just, that's not contributing to the conversation. Okay. Then that was option 1. Option 2 is that you come to live class. And so the times depend on whatever class you're in of mine, but we have a live class for discussion boards. And if you come to live class, that's your discussion. All you're doing is posting 3 to 5 talking points by Wednesday night at midnight, and you're done for the week. No response posts. And the talking points can come from the course reading, it can come from any kind of videos we have that week, and it can come from live class. So you could post it on Monday if you've done the reading and watched the videos, and just then come to live class because you know it's going to happen. Option 3 is the Zoom recording. It's the same as option 2, but I'm going to send you out the Zoom recording sometime. And a lot of times my classes are on Wednesdays, so you need to post in the discussion board going to watch the Zoom recording, because then you'll have something submitted by Wednesday night at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time, and then you go back and put the talking points in after. That's fine with me. But I think you either interacting with live class, which is the most important thing, or watching us interact so you get to know people and the overall spirit of the group as we talk through these things, because it can be easy to misinterpret stuff, is terribly important. So all you have to do, again, is those 3 to 5 talking points from reading, viewing, or live class, and post it. Again, post you're going to watch it by Wednesday, and then watch it, and then post by the end of the week. And you're done. Isn't that beautiful? Discussion boards, I find them kind of tedious. I don't find them always as helpful. Sometimes very helpful, but when we do them 7 weeks in a row, it can be difficult. And so I want to give you options on those things. Oh, what else? Papers need to be APA unless otherwise stated. That means title page and reference section are not part of the page count, but still terribly important. And I think that's pretty much it for me. If you have questions, I'm here for you. If you have need, I'm here for you. I want you to hear me that, like, I am here because, well, Dr. Burkhart's amazing, and it's a really good place to work. But I'm also here because I care about you and your well-being and your input and your impact on the rest of the country. The impact of our program can have is astronomical. How many students we put out, the quality of our students, all of it plays into what God's doing through our program. It's not about me. It's about you and about God's work in your life. And then he works on me in between it. And then when we're all at the bema seat in glory, and he starts handing out crowns and we start throwing them back at his feet. Look at, I think it's Revelation that's from. I want to get some on your behalf that I can give back. And that's not a pride thing. It's a humbling position of leadership. How do I say it? I think that's the best way to say it. Anyway, if you have need, I'm here, okay? And I'll put my contact information in the chat. Thank you.